This is Donna. I have a couple pair of slacks from the thrift store that I love, but they need a belt. And I don't like belts because first you have to find them all the time, and second they add unwanted bulk. So I'm going to show you how to add an internal cinch belt. The supplies needed are, of course, your pants. I straightened a flimsy coat hanger. It's about, 2.5 feet long. And I put a little hook on one end. And then we have this elastic. It's called buttonhole elastic. It's 3/4 inch buttonhole elastic. I got it on Amazon. They have different widths available, so if you want something stronger or lighter, you can find it. We're going to have a needle and thread, and I have it doubled over. Okay. And we have flat standard shirt buttons, just the inexpensive flat shirt buttons. And I have a seam ripper, and I have this liquid fray check to keep material from fraying. So let's get started. Basically, I'm going to mark the pants on the inside of the waistline about, I'd say about 4 inches, or right where the pocket ends here. Just going to mark it inside, because you don't want the elastic to be gathering material along your tummy. Of course, we want a flat tummy. All right, let me do it over here. See, I'm going to mark on the inside, right where that belt loop is. So I've marked on the inside about 3 or 4 inches from the center. That way, across your abdomen, you don't have any material gathering. Now, basically, I'm going to take my seam ripper, and I'm going to go through just the top material. I'm not going to go all the way through the pants, okay? And I'm basically just going to cut a little slit. It doesn't have to be as wide as the elastic. All right? Do it on the other side. You don't need a sewing machine for any of this. Okay? Again, you're not cutting the slit all the way through the pants. Just cut a straight slit. There. Got a little bit of hole there. Now I'm going to take my flimsy coat hanger, which I've flattened. This coat hanger is actually a little stiffer than I wanted. I wish I could have found a cheaper hanger to do this with. And I'm basically just going to feed this all the way through the waistline. Okay? So it comes out the other end. You may have to bend it as you go. That's why I wish it was a little flimsier. But you get what you get. I was even thinking if I had a real long pipe cleaner, which I don't, that would have been great too. Well, it's getting close. A little bit more. Yeah, I have to fold it as I have to put a curve in it as I go. Oh, I've actually oh sorry, I bumped the camera. There you go. Pokes out the other side. I'm going to put one of the buttonholes over the little hook, and I'm going to pull it through. I have a whole roll of the elastic, so I'm just using a length of it. I could measure and cut it in advance, but I figure we'll just do that after we run it through. There. I got it on the other side. I'm not going to let go of it yet. Now I'm going to work through the material to make sure the elastic is all the way through it. Okay? Feed some excess in there. I don't want my belt real tight. Let me use my scissors to open my hole here a little bit on the jeans. That'll help. There we go. Oh yeah, now it's going in there. So now I have the elastic through both slits. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to sew a flat button on each side about 1/4 inch from the slit that has the elastic coming out of it. Go ahead and increase this slit a little too. That way they're even and doesn't have a whole lot of stress on it. Basically going to sew my, let me cut off the excess here. Leave a little slack there. I'll pause the camera while I sew my 2 buttons here. So you can see that. And then I'll restart it to show you the results. Now here's my finished product. On both sides I have the elastic connecting to a button, and I can pull it as needed to tighten or loosen the pants. Now I did sew the button all the way through. In this case the belt loop sort of hides it, so I would use the same color thread as the material. And if you are concerned about longevity after it goes through washes, because we did cut the material, you can put some of the Stay Fray. It dries clear. It just makes it so it doesn't fray. You can also put it on the end of the elastic if you're concerned. Do it on this side as well. And when I sewed the button, I doubled the thread over for strength, and then I tied the knot by going under a few times. I went under the stitches on top to tie the knot. So just put this here as well. This will keep it from fraying when it's washed. I hope this was helpful. I really love this. I got this idea. I actually remembered it. I had a pair of pants years ago that had a belt like this built in. I'm like, well, that's really easy to do. Okay, let me get my materials. I need some beige thread for my corduroys, and I'll do those real quick and show you the results. Okay, I'm just finishing up my tan corduroys. Just putting a knot at the top of the button that I've sewed on. Okay. So basically here's my pants. One side. And I worked in the elastic through. Let me just put the buttons in so I can cut off the excess. Okay. Leave a little bit. Again, this is buttonhole elastic, and I got it on Amazon.com. I'm going to go ahead and put the fray check on here. I don't want it to unravel in the wash. And I'll put it at the end of the elastic as well. Both sides of the cut for the elastic, and then on the edge of the elastic. So basically now I have 2 pair of pants that I added an internal cinch belt, and it's hidden. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you.